you remember that before 2019, Kisumu was charging for, Kisumu County was charging for health services, right? And when it was charging, it got money enough, or well, not enough, but at least some reasonable money to keep the facilities running and to keep the health, the health service provision running. Now come 2019 and we are a pilot county, right? And the pilot county, according to the charter, is do not charge anybody anything. Simply register the indigents and have them come to give them services free of charge. Now, before that, Kisumu County was clocking in about 236 million every year, towards health provision. Now, according to the charter, this was reduced to 186 million, right? So we are now not going to get the 236 million we used to get. We are now going to get 136 million. So on 13th December 2018, the president launches UHC in Kisumu, and Kisumu is a pilot county. I think in January, the first tranche of the 186 is released, about 40 million. We are in December, exactly a year later, after the launch. That is the only money that has been released. 40 million out of this 186 million that was supposed to be released. That is the only money that has been released. We are not charging anybody. And the only other money that we are getting is from donor funds. I think there's 21 million from UNAIDS, USAID or whatever. And I think another 21 million from another donor. About 43. So Kisumu County cannot go against the charter of the UHC until it is over. So we have been hard put to get funds to run the services. KEMSA is supposed to have been giving drugs, right? Because we have drawing rights. The UHC sent funds to KEMSA. About 70% of that was to be sent to KEMSA to provide drugs to Kisumu. KEMSA, from in the first quarter, April, they provided drugs. Then they didn't provide drugs again until September, from April to September. People have been going to hospital, they've been given drugs, but I think the worst is the order is not 100% filled with KEMSA. It's only about 70% filled. And then even sometimes essential drugs are not there, or essential commodities are not there. You go to the maternity, there are no gloves, there are no, umbilical cord clamps, and things like that. What has not been supplied is lab reagents, even down to the kind of reagents that you need to carry out malaria test. Kisumu is an endemic malaria county. So if you cannot get reagents to do malaria test, and therefore we have no alternative but to send patients to private labs who have got reagents, and many other reagents have not been provided by KEMSA. So that is where the other failure was, that KEMSA has not been 100% providing the commodity supplies, the commodities, both non-farm and pharmaceutical and non-farm.
So does it mean UHC has failed?
Well, so far UHC in Kisumu, it has not. I'd say that it has not fulfilled the function that it was supposed to have fulfilled.
Okay. You are strong. There are those who are arguing that county of failing to fund this health, that health should be reverted back to the national government. That's all I want to
Yeah, that's probably my take on the evolution. Now, when there's the principle of devolution where you say resources follow functions, right? Resources, I'd say that MOH has not quite released resources to follow functions in devolution. That has not happened. It's not happening. And money that is, we do a budget, right? The counties do a budget. And we get money from what is called shareable revenue, right? This comes from this comes from the treasury, not from the national government, from the treasury, right? So the counties are only as good as the country economic situation. But I'd also like you to to consider another scenario. Kenya got independence in 1963, right? We inherited the health facilities and the health service from the colonialists. And then in 2013, we go, sorry, we have devolution. I just wanted to be very honest and tell me, between 1963 and 2013, and 2013 and 2019, where have we experienced, a monumentous improvement in health facilities, in health, in provision of health to the people?